today, and all I hear is how I'm chasing crazy dreams. They'll sing, 'cause I've got perfect songs and melodies just waiting to come out of me, and you'll sing along like, oh, whoa. Fancy words, clever lines and tales that take you back in time, and you'll sing along like, oh, whoa, and they'll know. Everyone will know. They should have believed in me.
Should have believed, baby.
You're watching The Spiel.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And I tell you, she's called in sick again. You know, that co-host of mine, Juli. Look, I have to tell the truth. She really didn't call in sick. She's doing some extracurricular work that is meaningful. And we were scheduled to go on today. It's been planned for months and months. And she called and said, hey, some of my helpers, some of my other workers have called in sick, so she couldn't be here. But I do have a fill-in. I'm going to call her in. She has to come down that long hallway from the green room. Matt, how far is that distance? Have we mapped it? It's at least 100 feet. Okay, she's coming down the hallway, and she's going to come out now, and we're going to introduce her. If an introduction is necessary, maybe it's not necessary, and you're going to have to just be normal, like don't have like a weird smile or anything, or like being weird or anything.
Okay.
Do we kind of look alike? Do you think I still need to introduce her?
Who is she?
She's my mom, you know. Here's the thing, I talk about Ashley, I talk about Jason, I talk about Matt, I can call them out and such, but I can never mention my mom because we haven't had my mom on. This is my mom, Rita. Is that all you want me to give is Rita? Because if I give your last name, you're going to have stalkers, people will find you.
Yeah, Rita will be fine.
Rita is fine,
yeah.
And that's probably not even her real name because we want to make sure she's hidden. Okay? Is that?
Wow.
We'll just call you Rita for the sake of this show right now. I'll call you Mom because that's just weird.
Okay.
Okay. This is what we call the open of the show.
Okay.
Have you ever watched The Spiel?
I have. I have. It's a great show.
I could quiz you on it, but I know you haven't watched, so that's okay. Because, you know, I told her, I said, listen, it's not just on in this market. You can watch it where you live. She does not live in the Southern Illinois region and watch Fox. You can watch it in other parts of the country. And you still say, I can't see it. I can't get it.
No. I have watched it.
We've been on
YouTube. I have.
Okay. Anyway. All right, listen, I know I see Ashley and Jason and Matt and Juli, for that matter. I see a lot of people talking to you, and they're asking you stuff. And they want to know if I've always been this nice.
Nice?
And always been this easy to get along with. Right?
I don't know that that's
What?
the correct word.
What?
Nice?
Yes, and,
Nice.
and easygoing and lovable.
You've always been very talkative. Very talkative. Very loud.
But you know, and hey, there's a message for other parents out there watching right now. If your child is sent home from sleepovers because she's too loud, which I was, remember?
Yeah.
A lot of friends said that she can't come over, she's too loud.
Laura Mooney's house.
We're not telling names. We're not telling names, okay? But yes, Laura, if you're watching, go ahead and tell your mother. Elizabeth, if you're watching, see? No. Na boo. Just kidding. But anyway, yeah, so don't worry. If your kid is loud, sent out from class for talking too much,
yes,
sent home from sleepovers.
Right.
What was it like raising me?
Very, very hard. You were very loud.
Yes?
Yeah. And
good.
But I did learn to control you.
Oh, how did you do it?
Because I was louder.
Oh, my mom was louder. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and you finally realized that I was your mom, I was the boss.
That's right. And what you say. And here's the thing. Listen, teenagers, kids, you'll go through this. You'll love your mom, your mommy, your mama, whatever you call them. In the South is mama. And then when we reach the teenage years, remember, I thought you knew nothing.
Right.
I was going to, I was leaving home. I knew more than she knew. I was gone. I came back. Only to realize you knew exactly what you were talking about. You were just trying to save me some pain, some heartache.
Exactly.
So thank you for that, Mom.
You're welcome, Angie.
All right, here's the other thing you're going to go through, parents. I announced the first time I would be moving 1,500 miles away. What'd you say?
No.
That's exactly right. Did I still go?
Yes.
I did. But you know, what lesson is in that?
That you did not mind me, though. It's just the whole thing.
I did not
And-
mind
yeah.
at 24. Man.
That wraps it up, Angie.
Wrap it up. All
Yeah.
right. Well, we got a great show ahead, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I wanted to be a career military man. I had done 9 years, and then budget cuts came in. Best place to start over is college.
Really nice people. So far, it's been a really good experience.
It's amazing, and it's all because of the teachers. I mean, they're the funniest, most down-to-earth people I've ever met.
I am motivated by students' goals and the outcomes that they desire for themselves. I actually came to Three Rivers and met my husband here.
Success starts at Three Rivers College. Most definitely starts at Three Rivers College.
I love our bank.
Have a good day.
We have a free checking account that includes a free debit card, free online banking, free mobile banking, and free bill pay.
A lot of times there's things that we can change because we get feedback from customers.
We're available 7 days a week.
It works out really well, especially for our business customers, to go get change and make their deposits.
Celebrating 100 years.
I've stayed here because they are good to work for.
Find us at DuQuoinStateBank.com.
And you're watching The Spiel. Thanks so much for being with us. You just never know what we're going to talk about, and sometimes we're even talking about things like putting socks on chickens, which, as soon as I heard that, I read it, I thought, okay, I have to know more. I have to know more. And this lady, Erin Camfield, is here, and she's going to fill in all the blanks for us. Putting socks on chickens. What in the world?
Actually, a friend suggested the name to me.
Okay.
And at first I didn't like it.
I don't know why. It's like, okay, let's see, what is this exactly? There's really nothing you could begin to pinpoint about what it is.
No, I didn't like it. I was like, it doesn't say much about what I'm doing. People aren't going to get that. How many people search for putting socks on chickens?
Right.
But then I started thinking about the meaning behind it, because putting socks on chickens is impossible. And that is kind of what my life feels like sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
But it's something that, it's worth giving it a try. And
yeah. Well, we're having a little bit of fun with the name, but it's a serious issue. And speaking with you off camera, as parents, which by the way is one of the most difficult jobs that anyone will ever have, you do measure success by how well your child behaves or what they're able to accomplish. And you shared with me that you've gone through some things with your child that led you to believe, wow, am I just failing as a mom? Am I not doing a good job? Just back up a little bit and tell us about your story.
well, my child, when he was around 18 months old, he started showing signs of aggression. He would pull hair, and I know all infants and toddlers pull hair, but he had such force behind that, and he never seemed to learn. In comparing him with my other child now,
Sure.
you can say no, and she's like, okay. But he viewed that as a challenge. Anytime you would tell him no, he would view it as a challenge. And he started biting his hand so hard that it left callus, and he still bites his hand to this day.
It's SPD, sensory processing disorder, or you even write about it as just a difference, the differences in this child. There's a lot going on in there, and it's again just processing in the right way.
Yes.
Emotions and feelings and desires and things like that. You've gone so far beyond what a lot of parents would do, I believe, in that you want to make a difference, not only for your child now, you want to make a difference for other families, and you're doing something about that. What work are you involved in now?
Right now I work with Brem's School. I work with the foundation part of Brem's School. It's a school in Carbondale, Illinois that is for students with complex learning disabilities.
Right.
And a lot of our students have sensory disorders as well.
Because they're bright. I met a lot of students at Brem Preparatory School there in Carbondale, Illinois, and you're talking about bright individuals.
My son, for sensory processing disorder, the major sign that we saw was his behavior and the fact that there was nothing that we could do to help him control his behavior.
Right.
And then his dislike for touch of certain things. He doesn't, to this day, he does not wear jeans. He will not wear jeans. He has to have things put on with such force. I was telling a coworker earlier that, I can put a sock on and it can be perfectly right, but if I don't put it on with enough force, I have to do it over. and it's not worth the fight to just say it's fine, leave it as it is. We'll put it on with more force next time. I take that sock off and I forcefully put his sock on. We had a moment, we had a time where he was so upset in the mornings because every time I woke up and I walked into the kitchen, I'd rub him on his head and say, "Good morning, buddy." He does not like to have his head touched.
Oh, and you did this for how long, Mom? Like 700 and some odd days, you know,
yes,
in a row.
Yes, and I did not know what was setting him off. And it was every single morning, as soon as I did that, he would
snap.
Yeah, he would snap. He would lose control. He would start screaming, crying, throwing things. I mean, in order for me to get ready, I would have to lock myself in my bedroom and remove myself from him so that I could get ready for work. And, you know, I mean, I'd go to work every single day in tears and cry because I felt like I was being a horrible mother.
Yeah.
But come to find out, you know, once we took him to a child psychologist. That's how it started. We took him to a child psychologist, and after a couple visits, he referred us to have him evaluated for SPD.
Okay.
And we took him to Cardinal Glennon in St. Louis because there's no local services.
That's what you said. It was so frustrating because you try to Google this or you try to find out more information. There's just not a lot out there.
Yes, in our area, there's not a lot. And so we took him to Cardinal Glennon and had him evaluated, and he did evaluate positively for sensory modulation disorder. He's a sensory craver.
Okay.
And then he also has a tactile and a position movement sensory dysfunction. So he doesn't like the way certain things feel on his skin. So he has issues with the way he wears things. And then also he doesn't really realize his body in motion, and he can't do certain things with his body.
There are going to be people who want to reach out to you. Your blog is readily available, and again, you can't forget it. You know, socks on chicken kind of thing. I don't think I'll ever forget that name. Is that how they find you? Is Google you that way, or how else would they reach out to you?
Actually, yes, they can reach me on my website, which is puttingsocksonchickens.com. I do a sensory blog hop with the sensory spectrum once a month. It's the second Tuesday of every month. Myself and then a lot of other moms who have children who have SPD, and sometimes their child is also on the autism spectrum or has ADHD in conjunction with the SPD. And also Facebook is a great resource if any parent out there does have a child that they believe might have a sensory processing disorder. If you look on Facebook for sensory processing disorder, there are all kinds of support groups, and that has been a big, huge help for me, because sometimes you go through things with your child and you think, this is not right. You know, and you really wonder, you know, like, what am I raising? You know, what am I doing as a parent? And then you connect with these other parents who have children with SPD, and you're like, I'm not alone.
Good.
There's somebody else that gets it. I'm not alone.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. Is there anything else that we need to bring out that I didn't ask you about? We could talk about this. This is just, you know, it's...
You know, I want to highlight, you know, that with OT services, children with SPD, I mean, they are normal kids.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with them. They're absolutely perfect, each and every single one of them. But with occupational therapy and services, you know, we don't have those around here, so we do a lot of stuff at home, and those kind of exercises, it's fun, and just so happens my son just needs a little extra help to overcome his sensory issues.
Good for you, Mom. Good for you, not giving up. And you know, if we can send you any strength, we definitely want to do that, and we wish you and, of course, your child the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for being part of the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.
Coming up on The Spiel.
I've got a serious heart for what I do. I've got a passion for bugging people and talking to them on the phone and saying, hey, you know, what did we do today? Or, you know, where are you eating at? Or what do you need? Or, you know, what can I help you with?
Good for you.
Because it's a family.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you can go to any gym, but when you go to a gym, you see a lot of machines. And I tell people, you can give me sticks, stones, bricks, and 12 inches and 12 feet of space.
Tires and ropes,
I'm going to do just fine with it.
You can come up with a lot of interesting things. The caramel spice, hot caramel spice.
Yes, please.
And that's creamy and warm and cozy.
Nice.
As a business owner, you've probably asked yourself, how can digital marketing help my business? Well, when a potential customer does a search and you're not at the top of the list, it's not likely they'll ever see your website. Enter Harness Tech Ed. We add SEO, relevant content writing, blogging, email marketing, and social media marketing. And the next thing you know, bam! You're not at the bottom of the list anymore. You can help your customers find you when you turn the light bulb on. At Harness Tech Ed, we can maximize your digital presence to align with your business goals. Let us do your digital marketing while you run your business. Harness Tech Ed.
I think we were both like-minded businesswomen. We landed an opportunity for expansion with Farmers State Bank.
So without Farmers State Bank, we wouldn't be here today on this successful endeavor.
Prepare to win because no one serves you better.
No one.
And Farmers State Bank was willing to invest in both of us.
They're a hometown bank and they want to support hometown businesses. Discover the links the lending partners are willing to go.
Our businesses have both taken off.
With Farmers State Bank, my business is soaring to new heights.
I am excited by this next guest. I mean, you've heard the saying, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's noon here, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Yep, indeed.
Matt Sronkoski.
Sronkoski.
See, I told you.
It's okay.
Darn it. Okay, so the audience would remember, right along with me, we're going to say
Sronkoski, put an S in front of it.
Sronkoski.
Perfect.
Matt Sronkoski, everybody. Give it up. By day, he is a
academic
advisor. By night, you're Tom. What was it? Tom Cruise and the whole. You remember?
Oh yeah. I don't quite have the agility that Mr. Cruise has, but you know.
And you didn't want me to necessarily call you a mixologist, but you know, we've seen your creations on Facebook. Walker's Bluff, legends there at Walker's Bluff. If you haven't experienced it, you must. And now, just for the varieties of drinks and things, you guys are just turning it up a notch.
Oh yeah, it's really quite, it's a lot of fun actually just to come up with new stuff. And then, you know, we were talking earlier about some of these different, you know, infused alcohols that are out there. And so it just starts spurring, you know, you try to think of complementary flavors, of course, seasonal things and things like that. So it works out really well. You can come up with a lot of interesting things. Caramel spice, hot caramel spice.
Yes, please.
And that's creamy and warm and cozy.
Nice. You know what? Let's just do the whole disclaimer. What do we say? Everything in moderation and drink responsibly.
Indeed. Absolutely.
And Matt is not available to drive you home if you're somewhere and you had too much. So call somebody else. That's all I can say there.
We'll call you a cab. You've had a few too many, you know.
Yeah, but Legends is that place you go and you have a remarkable dinner. You maybe order one of these fine drinks and just have a great time. So Matt, let's just get started. What are we going to do? I think you're going to prepare 2 drinks for us today.
2 cocktails. They're both coffee-based cocktails. They're coffee vodka-based cocktails.
Okay.
And the first one we're going to do is a mocha martini, espresso vodka. Now, again, brands, you can use different brands. I mean, there's lots of infused vodkas out there, so, you know.
That's so beautiful. Vincent Van Gogh.
Van Gogh.
They always make it look pretty, don't they?
So this is going to involve a little bit of coffee, or excuse me, espresso vodka, a little bit of coffee liqueur. Now you can use there's any number of coffee liqueurs out there. Again, it's just different things you can use. A little bit of vanilla for flavor, you know, just like in baking, you know, a little bit of vanilla gives that extra little, you know, aromatic flavor. And then some cream de cocoa, which in this case I put a fair amount because
that's good.
That's gonna really give it that mocha flavor.
Okay.
And then just a little bit of cream, usually about 3/4 of an ounce or so.
So you don't even have to measure. You've been doing this so long. You're just
a lot of counting. Yeah, I mean it depends on what you're doing. But for instance, when you're giving somebody a shot of a very expensive Scotch.
Measured
you get your jigger out because that's you do not want to. That can be a little much. Okay. Another thing I didn't have a lot of ice here tonight. Another thing I would normally do would be to chill the glass.
Okay.
Which usually you throw ice and some water in there. You chill your glass. Any martini, your classic martinis or normal martini, or one of these types of martinis, you would want to chill the glass. But we're not going to do that today. So, and then basically, now of course, you know, we have shaken, not
Yeah.
no, don't ask me.
No? Okay.
We'll have messes all over your camera. Yeah. But you know, I'm a shaker.
Okay.
I like to really get that ice breaking up in there. I like to do on my mocha is to line the do a little swirl, a little chocolate swirl. You know.
This could be the dessert option, you know,
yeah.
after your meal.
Oh, absolutely.
Perfect.
That's exactly what people do.
Okay.
Now, and so, you know, and then.
And probably just as many calories as the double fudge chocolate cake.
Yeah. I'd say go ahead and, you know, you'd be surprised people order this stuff with their dessert, and
that's awesome.
You know,
yeah.
and they're having their night out again. That's not once in a while.
Once in a while.
You're not. You know, having this kind of food every day, so and this kind of drinking every day. So that is your mocha martini. Very simple. The thing about mixing drinks, and again, just for doing it at home, is that you do not have to.
Jason, this is not for you.
This is not
it's just
rocket science. You know, they use the word mixologist, and I suppose if I had about several hundreds of these, yeah, please.
Can I sample?
Please.
Oh my, that is delicious. And you're right. You know what? There's no one thing that jumps out.
Yeah.
It's just a wonderful mix of all the flavors, but definitely coffee.
Yeah,
a coffee.
Yeah. Well,
this will be gone in a little bit, so let's keep it.
No problem. And you know, and again, I made one, but I can certainly make another one. We got a bunch of, you know, this is actually the Kahlua pumpkin. It's a pumpkin spice. So it's the Kahlua with that infused pumpkin flavor. So Okay, so now we're going to do a pumpkin latte martini, which is, like I said, it's still got that the espresso vodka. So we've got, and this one we go, and again a little bit of vanilla again for just that little extra.
I can't stop drinking that. Is that the idea?
That's the idea.
Okay, that's good.
And
that's good stuff.
And then we're going to go with the Kahlua. Pumpkin spice.
Well, you better be glad Julie's not here. Do you know my co-host Julie? She would not be able to refrain. I mean, I'm afraid these would be in danger if she were here.
And then we do a little dash of a pumpkin spice liqueur.
Yes.
Which just again, and that actually adds a little nice color to it.
It is pretty. It's very pretty.
Yeah. We've actually done other cocktails with that that have a little, that didn't have the coffee theme to it. And then once again, a little cream.
Nice.
And
shake.
Shake. Now I'm going to do something a little different though with this one too.
Okay.
So we got a caramel rim. So just do that, and of course caramel's nice and sticky. So anything you're going to put onto that, and then onto that, just a little bit of graham cracker.
No, we were talking about brands before. Do you really want to skimp on things like you want to buy good caramel and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, this is something we use, as garnishing for desserts and such.
It's called designer dessert. Only at Legends Walker's Bluff would you have designer dessert sauce.
Oh, by the way, the desserts there are fantastic.
Oh yeah. Everything there is fantastic.
Okay. So this is. I guess I'm a teeny bit nervous.
Why?
I don't know. Okay.
Now listen, we already talked about your daughter. She was the weathercaster on a local affiliate. Dad, don't blow it.
Oh no.
Okay.
She's gonna laugh at this so hard. Yeah. And then I got a little bit of orange rind, and I do what I call a 360 orange rind because it's the whole, instead of half of one, a whole one, and you just you do a twist.
I need to have my breakfast if I'm going to have. Can I have this first?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And you just get that on your edge there, and that just gives it a little extra pizzazz. And a lot of times that's the stuff that makes or breaks it. It's just that little bit of extra, stuff. So.
Hey, what were we going to use the coffee beans in?
You know what?
If we had whipped topping?
Well, actually, no, I completely forgot.
Really?
I was supposed to do that, and that. That was my extra little garnish in there.
Look at
just
that.
a little float,
You want to come over and
coffee
get the
beans. I'm sorry about that. I just neglected to do
that's
that.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
And I can make another one of those.
Okay.
So.
Well, this is.
Yeah, and that's get the graham cracker on there as part of the whole thing.
The experience. That is fantastic. That's rich.
Yeah.
That's a cake, a pie, a sundae. all rolled into a
Yeah.
nice little, or poured into a nice glass.
And sometimes it's just a matter of what you have. 'Cause
Absolutely.
Not every bar is different. You know, they have different things they feature. They have different things they just plain have.
You're at Walker's Bluff. You have a lot at your fingertips, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
Fantastic. You've been a delight. Hey, I got an idea for you though, real quick. Prairie Farms happens to be a sponsor of the Spiel in the Kitchen. Something with eggnog. I mean, we turn it up, you know, like put it. Of course, you can do eggnog that's spiked, right? But
Sure.
We could
Sure.
We could turn it up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No.
What are you thinking?
Oh yeah. Yeah. No. It would. Yes. We could do it. We could do it.
I love putting you on the spot. You know what? There are also some non-alcoholic options out there, but the idea is to play, to have fun, especially around the holiday times, and people. If you're having people over, do it differently. That's what we like to do on the Spiel. Do it differently.
Take my beauty in your favorite frame. Don't pass me by without a hey. No, yeah, without a hey.
Well, you know, we ask you to take off as much as you're willing to take off. I mean, I didn't. I did not have anything. It was his. Listen, it was his student, his pupils. She said it was. Thank you. See, we're already friends because she's taking the full blame.
These days, video is everywhere. TVs, computers, even your phone. With so many ways to use video to reach your potential audience, it's become an important part of doing business. If you like the commercials you've seen during the Spiel, and if your business could benefit from a creative approach to telling your story, with attention-grabbing visuals and thoughtfully executed scripts, perhaps it's time you give Growing Media a call. We'd love to hear from you.
I lived in Atlanta. I went to medical school in Chicago, and I would choose rural practice over big city practice any day.
I got the GI Bill and went to school on that, and came back to my home community, and that's where I've been ever since. People have known us and trusted us for many years, and we're going to continue to provide excellent quality health care.
You know, the convenience, everyone's very knowledgeable.
I just love taking care of people because I like people and feel that's my God-given talent and want to use my talent to serve others.
The healthy hippie chef would be proud. I mean, she knows that I've veered off course a little bit. Look, I've lost weight, I've gained weight. This guy is one I've been stalking though. Brent Brothers, I don't know if you've found him. If you haven't, you should, on Facebook. He's the guy that's gonna make you feel so bad because on all of his posts, he's like, bah, yeah, you know, and all these people look good, and I'm like, oh yeah. So anyway, you know, gosh, welcome.
Thank you.
A lot of success, my friend. And the proof is in your clients, the proof is in the performance, and you're doing it to it every single day.
Yeah, we're very blessed. We at the Den Fitness, I mean, we've been doing this now for about 4.5 years.
Okay.
I've been actually training people for 21 years.
Right.
Why?
Why do you train people? It's
my passion. It's my heart. It's
this is hot. My trainer's better than your trainer.
Yeah.
I like, see, and he wouldn't let me say cocky. He says confident.
That's right. Confident. Exactly. But basically, we want to teach people, you know, that the United States makes it convenient for us to be overweight.
Oh, don't
they? Really do. With a $1 menu, this, that, and something else.
Yeah.
So we take a different approach, and we try to teach people a common sense way of dieting.
Okay.
And it works. Okay. It definitely works. All we ask is that they listen.
Okay.
If they listen, I guarantee them 30 pounds of weight loss in 15 weeks.
Stop.
I've never not hit that mark.
Really?
I can tell you right now, if they listen to me, they hit that mark. No. I tell people, you know, blood, sweat, and tears, but you know what I mean. Yeah. It's common sense dieting.
Okay.
It's eating the right types of foods at the right types of day and night.
Okay.
It's not weighing out your calories, ounces, carbs, grams, because that stresses people out.
Yes.
And when you get stressed about something like that,
you eat. You're nervous. You're mad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you do what we call binge eating.
Okay.
And then the big thing is like with the Den, I'm very small right now, but we're expanding.
The Den.
Which is down in Carterville.
That's right.
But, you know, we're not just a gym, we're a family. We all pull for each other. Everybody's there doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Nobody's gawking at you.
Yeah.
When they pay me as a client, as a trainer for them, I text them constantly. I have a chart. I keep track of their weights weekly. I keep track of
Are you texting things like, Are you at Applebee's? Are you at Steak and Shake?
No, they text me and ask me what they need to eat at Applebee's.
At Applebee's.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And I do give fast food lists out and things like that of things they can do.
Okay.
But the main thing is that we eat the right types of food at the right types of day and night. And if they do that and they drink water, exercise, build it up slowly, then they're going to get the results they want.
And you know what? I guess if you spend enough time looking at people like you, and we're going to bring on another success story that's going to blow your mind, a gal that, if you're familiar with the Brent Brothers, you already know her story, but she's been an inspiration enough so that I definitely had to make this interview happen. Okay, the food, the water, all of that. Are we going to shed it that way, or we have to, if you don't use it, you lose it. You still have to get your body moving. You still have to do some workouts.
No, we definitely, I mean, I train people 2 sessions a week for 15 weeks.
Okay,
2 sessions a week for 15 weeks. Now, they're on their own for 2 sessions a week that I will actually
4 days.
That I will actually give them a homework to do.
Okay.
Now, anybody that joins my gym, they get a free gym membership if they're training with me.
Okay.
So basically what we do is we'll give them homework on those 2 days. They'll work out with me 2 days.
Okay.
And then they'll be under our tutelage, of course, you know, the rest of the time.
Okay.
We acclimate people's body and bring them along slowly. We don't try to kill them.
Okay.
When people first start out, lots of times they, you know, they'll do that one hard workout, feel great about it, then the next day they don't ever want to get out of bed.
Because they can't move.
Because they can't move.
It hurts.
Lactic acid, things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So what I try to do is I try to acclimate your body and bring you along slowly.
Okay.
And as we do, we build muscle and we lose inches.
Okay.
I'm 44. I'm going to compete next year at 45.
44. See, I'm 43.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to issue you a challenge.
Okay.
I want to compete along next to you at 43.
All right. Well, then you got to come to my gym.
You feel me? Because
Yeah,
I
you
can
can
pose, I can turn it out. I'm going to win the interview segment.
There you go.
I mean, do we have that in Mr. and Mrs. Universe? Do we have the interview segment?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to win that. I'm going to kill that, okay?
Yeah. We'll start out novice and then we'll grow from there because that's what I'm going to do.
We're going to do novice, okay.
Yeah, the biggest reward I get out of doing this is to see people get to the next level.
Yeah.
I'll explain that a little more when we talk about one of my success stories that's coming up. But it's neat to see them change their life forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do things they've never done.
Yeah.
Feel good about themselves for once. Self-esteem, confidence.
Yes.
That is the reward that I get out of this whole thing.
Yeah.
And it truly is.
And people, I mean, when we talk about having emotions about this, you've seen women, men, they'll cry. I mean, when you feel like you're an outcast, you can't stand to look in the mirror, and all of a sudden one day you walk by and you're like, oh, I like that.
Yes.
You know, that's awesome.
And it makes them feel really good, you know, and I mean, when they come to me, they're usually at that point.
Yeah.
They're usually at the point where they're like, okay, you know, I've tried everything.
Yeah.
I've done everything.
Yeah.
And I'm miserable with myself, and I want to make a change. And, you know, we take them, we put them under our wings, and we help that happen.
Yeah, and they don't have to feel intimidated with you because you're not just the muscle heads over there doing your thing. I mean, you're dialed into that.
No, I've got a serious heart for what I do. I've got a passion for bugging people and talking to them on the phone and saying, hey, you know, what do we do today? Or, you know, where are you eating at? Or what do you need? Or, you know, what can I help you with?
Good for you.
Because it's a family.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you can go to any gym, but when you go to a gym, you see a lot of machines. And I tell people, you can give me sticks, stones, bricks, and 12 inches and 12 feet of space.
Tires and ropes,
I'm going to do just fine with it.
Good for you.
It's more about teaching them how to do things. It's
Yeah.
not just saying, I've got a gym because I've got lots of equipment.
Yeah.
It's about actually bringing the people in and saying, this is what you need to be doing.
Okay.
And that's what we do.
Taking the intimidation factor out of it.
That's where you see a lot of the pictures where we're so busy all the time. But yeah, we're very blessed. I mean, I thank God every day for what we have.
Fantastic. Well, when we come back, we've got a success story, so you want to stay tuned and you don't want to miss this. We'll be right back.
I kind of did, you know, it was something that I really wanted to do, and I think that any encouragement I would give to people who, you know, who are thinking about a career in music these days is to persevere and study the craft, you know, rather than think you're just going to walk in at the top level, you know, because I don't think that really happens.
Family owned and operated for nearly 70 years, Southside Lumber is the place to go to be in the know.
Our fleet of trucks deliver things where you need it, when you need it, and how you need it.
We get the order and go. I've been as far as Sparta, Metropolis, Parmi.
And Southside Lumber delivers more than just lumber to every corner of Southern Illinois, bringing whatever you'll need for your next project or home build.
One-stop shop.
More than just lumber.
I know.
Southside Lumber.
Southside Lumber.
We love making new friends. Visit us online at facebook.com/SpielJan10th.
And this is the success story we're talking about. You know, we're not talking about 100 pounds. We're talking about now topping nearly 200 pounds. Gal, what is up?
Well, it's this guy right here. I mean, he showed me how to eat, how to exercise, you know, and it just, if you do it, it works.
That's
you know?
right.
Yeah.
And we've stalked him. We've seen it. Miss Lipe here, you know, she's one of those. If you go on Brent Brothers page, you see it. You see her success story. She's getting the attention of a lot of folks in the area. When did you realize, okay, I'm going to do something today, and then you've had the fortitude to continue it? Let's talk about the journey.
Okay. Well, how I got started was he was actually doing a contest for someone to get free training for life. And my best friend asked me if I would be interested in trying to win that. And I said yes. So she wrote him a letter, and they ended up picking me. And, you know, since then it's been, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to succeed at this.
You're watching her, I can tell. I mean, what was it that I'm sure when you're going to dedicate yourself to someone like this and say, hey, I'm going to train you for a lifetime, you're looking for something in the eyes, you're looking for something that they're going to say to you that you know they're committed to the task ahead. What was it about her?
The letter was motivating to me from her friend. And then after I received the letter, then I called her and I kind of gave her a little test, and I said, I need you to check with your doctor and see if it's okay for you to exercise. Okay. And most people that I would say that to, they're going to take the initiative to do that. Well, I wanted to see if she would actually take the initiative to, hey, call your doctor, see if it's okay to exercise. She called me back a day later and was like, I've already got the papers coming, blah, blah, blah. And I told her, I said, you know what, this is going to be a journey, but I guarantee you to be a journey you'll never forget, but you'll always remember, and you're going to be better because of it. But when I started with Christine, she was 443 pounds.
Stop it. You've lost like 2 people.
Basically, yeah. Wow. Yes, I've lost an adult man.
And we sat down and we talked a little bit, and you know, I mean, Christine could basically walk 43 steps without being out of breath. She told me, I asked her back then, I said, what are your goals? And she said, well, I'd love to sit in a movie theater seat. I haven't done that in forever. I'd love to fly on a plane. Well, you know, we've done all those things now. Yeah. So.
Wow. I think is it safe to say that you're going to live longer?
Oh,
I mean, you can't carry that amount of weight around for duration.
Oh, no, yeah. No, I know he's definitely saved my life. Yeah. So.
Well, you know, we asked you to take off as much as you're willing to take off. I mean, I didn't. I did not have anything. It was it was his student, his pupils. She said, it was all me. See, we're already friends because she's taking the full blame. But do those mean something, and does this mean something? What does this has to be a badge of, I work hard for this.
Well, I mean, it's my lifestyle. I live it. I mean, like I told you earlier, you know, the United States makes it convenient for us to be overweight. I want to be a walking billboard and say, hey, you too can do this, okay? But it means something to me because, you know, when I was born and raised, I was in Shriners Hospital. I had a dislocated hip. I had 14 surgeries, 7 major, 7 minor. I went there till I was 18 years old. The doctors told me I'd never walk again. Well, I did that, and now I go back up and I speak to Shriners Hospital. I speak to Chicago Mount Sinai. I speak to Barnes Jewish.
Was it a condition? Why did you
I
have
just
those
had a
issues?
dislocated hip when I was born.
When you were born,
back
okay.
then, I mean, 1970, I mean, when I was born, the hip popped out of place. So then by the time I was 3, it had already been there for quite a while, and they noticed it because of the way my hips were shifting.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a win to me, you know, for doing that, but it's also like, for me to tell other people, hey, you can do it too. Because, you know, we were talking about people when they gain weight and they look at the mirror at 200 pounds and they're okay. And then if you notice, when people start gaining a lot of weight, they get bitter.
Yeah.
They get angry.
Yeah.
They get bitter at other people that are trying to be healthy.
Bad attitude.
They get a bad attitude because really deep down inside, they're at home with that door shut, looking in that mirror going, how did I get to this point?
That's right.
What really happened for me to get here? And I'm so miserable with myself, but they'll never admit that in public, or they'll admit that to someone else.
Right.
And that's what I try to do, is say, hey, it's okay to come in and admit that to me, and I'm going to help you get to the next level and change your life forever. And that's what we do.
You know, you can tell just by this conversation that this is a passion for you. You take it very seriously. I would encourage you, if, like I said, if you don't know him, just reach out, because if no other reason, I think you're there to listen. I think you're there to offer some advice, even if they're not quite ready to take that step yet.
Absolutely.
You're there, and goodness. I mean, proof and performance. You look fantastic, and I guarantee you're spending more money at the mall now, aren't you?
It is very true. Yes, yeah, definitely. And something about him too. I text him at all hours too.
Yeah.
If you have a question or anything, he answers, and it's amazing. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, we're going to close this segment out just by, you said you would offer some stretching, even if right now, look, if you haven't done anything else, we're just going to, you got to get up, so get up off your couch right now, and you lead class.
We have to start from the ground up.
Okay.
Okay. When I tell people they're going to do a squat, lots of times they'll put their knees in front of their toes. We don't want to do that.
Okay.
We want to keep our knees behind our toes.
All right.
So what we're going to do is when we're right here like this, you're just going to stick your butt back and you're going to come down like this.
I got a big
and then
old
you're going
butt.
to come
I
back
ain't
up.
lying. Okay.
Now
all
when
right.
you do that, you're going to work your hamstrings and your glutes at once.
You
okay?
felt it. Did you feel it? Okay.
Yeah, you feel it every
Now,
time.
what you'll do is you'll do a set of 10 of those.
Let's do it again.
All
What's
right.
the proper way?
So you'll be right here,
Okay.
just like this, and you're going to come down and then back up. The other thing you're going to do, and you can do it on the side of something if you want to, but we're going to work the lateral obliques on the side. So you can put your hands right here.
Okay, you come on in. You come on in. You get this one. I'll stand back here and just watch.
And then all you're going to do is just bring your knee across
Okay.
and then back down.
Bring the knee across.
And then back down, just like
Okay.
that.
We're just, okay.
So that's our knee raises on both sides.
Okay. Yeah. You getting this, Ashley?
The gym really is a really safe place. I know a lot of people, especially at the size that I was, are really nervous about going to a gym because it can be embarrassing, or you think it is. But at the Den, it's not. Everyone is really supportive. Even the guys who are the muscle guys, they're really supportive of all of us.
And they're fun to look at. Did I really say that? I mean, I'm married. I'm good with it, right? Okay.
I tell people all the time, it's like this, you can go to any gym.
Yeah.
But our gym is like a family, and we really do try to take care of everybody that's there.
Okay.
And then we're very blessed, like I said, to be expanding out to Highway 13 this year.
Yeah.
So that's going to be big for us too.
Yeah,
So.
there's something to be said about growth and being able to get out there and keep up the good work, the fight, and I think you're making a difference for a lot of people.
I appreciate it.
We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.
Coming up on the Spiel.
Was like, hey, I want you to sing on my songs, and after that we just immediately started singing together on stage that night.
Anybody can loan you money. Not everybody can understand how to make it fit for the bank, fit for you. 12 years ago, I went out on my own to do something different. I needed a loan. I talked to Steve Cook at Farmers. Steve took the time to listen and understand exactly what it was I was trying to accomplish. That personal investment that he had, not in cash, but his time. I think that's kind of their niche.
Give us a chance to show you no one will work harder or care more for you.
At John A. Logan College, we make your future our priority number one. Your education should be all about you. We know that you're balancing work, school, and family, and we know that an education can change everything for you. There's a reason why so many students are choosing John A. Logan College.
Because it's where I won my confidence.
Discover John A. Logan College, where it's all about you.
It's a Spiel with Angie and Juli. This is one of my favorite times.
Yeah.
We get to see bands, we get to hear bands, and upcoming and uprising bands.
That's right. And today, outside of the house, they're letting us out. We're in a place. We're in Harrisburg, Illinois.
And today we're talking to Starlight Asphalt. We have Nathan, Derek, and Nicole. How y'all doing?
Fantastic. Awesome. Happy to be here.
Is it fun to come back home?
It's a little strange, I'm not going to lie to you. Growing up here and then coming back and playing actually at a bar that your parents used to drag you to when you were a kid. So it's definitely a different experience, but we're really excited to be here for sure.
Well, when I sat down, I said, hey, wait a second, we're missing a couple of members, and we're talking about your drummer and another of the individuals. Yeah, you decided to, I said, what are we into, exclusion? And you said, no, they're amazing. So let's talk about the band as a whole.
Okay, well, we actually kind of all met together in the suburbs of Chicago. Okay. It's a long story, but long story short, met Nate when I first moved here, and then through Nate and through open mics in various places in Chicago, we all kind of came together. Okay. So we all just started recording songs together, writing music, and then it just kind of formed.
Just turned into a band
Yeah.
after that.
Turned into a band.
What took you to Chicago, Derek?
Honestly, just I applied for as many jobs as I could, and as soon as I graduated, I went to school in University of Southern Indiana.
Okay.
As soon as I was done with there, I applied for jobs elsewhere. Just wanted to try to get out, and
Sure.
that was the job that called me back. Went up there, had an interview. Next day, they called me and moved up there. Found an apartment, moved up there.
Well, you always want to get away, but you know what? It's sure nice to always come home, isn't
It's
it?
great to come back. Yeah, it's great.
Where's home for you, and what's your story?
Home is Plainfield, Illinois. It's like an hour south of Chicago. So basically, Derek and I met at open mic at a coffee shop that I used to work at shortly after he moved up.
Starbucks, right?
Yeah, it's Starbucks.
That little known coffee shop.
Yeah, you probably have heard of
I
it.
hope they get
So
famous.
from there, we hung out. We went out for a couple of drinks afterwards with some other friends, and
saw a concert, right?
Yeah, we saw a concert shortly after, and got talking about music and started jamming. And then before we know it, we were recording songs and working on an album.
Yeah, it was actually really funny as I got my hair cut the second day because my hair was really long. I had a new job. So I got my hair cut the next day, and the guy that cut my hair told me about Starbucks open mic, and I went, and
wow.
Nate reached out and asked me to go like have a drink and go, you know,
that's
so
awesome.
just kind of started here and then just expanded and then
Yeah, everything happens for a reason, and you came along. How did you come along?
Absolutely. Pretty much the same way. I'm from Batavia, Illinois, and I went to an open mic at a bar and grill in Lyle. And then Derek was there and saw him sing, and I didn't sing that night. I was too nervous.
Yes, you were.
And then we went to another open mic in Glen Ellen. Is that the other one?
Yeah, it was in
we
Glen
went to another open mic, and I actually decided to sing that time, and then we started talking about writing and singing together, and he was like, hey, I want you to sing on my songs, and after that we just immediately started singing together on stage that night.
Nice.
And from there it just kind of sparked into a band, and then I met Nate and all of his other friends, and we just started playing together, and like Nate said, we're working on our album now, and
You know, I
playing
love
shows.
the feel of your music. I love folk
Thank you.
music. That, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I love
thank you.
that.
Yeah.
I love that.
That was the tune from Deliverance. I don't know if that's what that's what they're going for. Yeah.
That's da-da-da-da-da-da.
But-
You guys do that, by the way.
What? Okay, the name. What's that all about?
Starlight and Asphalt. Well, it took us a very long time to discover a band name, and we always thought it would feel natural.
That feels natural.
What happened was, I can't remember if it was Nate or it was Nicole over here, but they asked me what describes our music.
Okay.
And we were in the studio, and at the time we had probably 4 songs down, so we had an idea of who we were going to be. So we sat down, listened to some music. I think we had a couple drinks, and some.
All great things are born.
And then it
right,
just
yes.
just blossomed.
Made perfect sense then, didn't it?
Right, because we're a very dynamic group. The first song we have that you guys listen to, "Don't Pass Me By," is very
Yes.
poppy,
Love
folk
it.
stuff, but the ones that we've recorded that we have yet to release are a little bit more dynamic. So they start soft, and Nicole plays piano and does harmonies, and Nate does everything else between guitar, percussion. So it just kind of goes up, and it grabs your attention, then it comes right back down. So we were trying to think of things that were in this world that were a complete opposite. And you have the ground level, which is asphalt, and it's very dark, and it's very keeps you grounded. And then you have starlight, which you don't really know; it's just kind of out there. So I feel like that's what our music did.
You know, I'm so glad that you chose Asphalt, because every country song right now, the dirt road, the back road.
Oh,
I'm so
we can't
glad
deal with it.
that you went with the hard road.
Yeah, right. You can go faster. You can get A to B faster. I don't know what they're talking about. You can still pop open a can of beer on
That's
on
right.
concrete and asphalt.
Hey, no.
You too.
Just kidding.
Why is it that you're doing what you're doing right now? Do you have the aspirations to be discovered? Of course we do. Or is it to just spend time together and entertain crowds? What are you doing and why?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Definitely a little bit of both.
Yeah, I think we all have had this dream of doing music professionally and passionately. I think all of us have that shared
And
vision.
we've all been into music since we were little, and so it's just amazing that we came together and we all share the same dream, and we get to share that with everybody else now.
It's something that I think we would love to share with each other, and then love to also share with other people.
We've been just making it a point to make our music as accessible for people as possible, so you can listen to it for free on our Bandcamp page. We also have a corresponding music video out for the first single, so that people can kind of have a dynamic visual experience with it as well. And we definitely want to use social media as much as possible to just put it out there, because that's the big thing. It's just getting yourself exposure.
Thank you for letting us
Yeah,
interview you.
thank
I
you.
wish you all
Yes.
tons of success.
Thank you.
Listen, when you make it big and you hear our names, the Spiel, Angie and Juli. Don't pretend like you've never heard. You're like, yeah, they can come backstage, they can come on the bus, all access.
I'll get you some all access tickets.
Yeah.
VIP. That's
all
right,
access,
baby.
yeah.
VIP. Again, thank you so much.
The Spiel presents You're On, 100% original new music.
One, two, three, four. See all the people waiting on something. Maybe a dream or a southbound train. They left at 8, maybe they were too damn late. They passed me by without a hey. Don't pass me by without a hey. 2, 3, 4. Know my love before my name. Take my beauty in your favorite frame. Don't pass me by without a hey. No, yeah, without a hey. We could all be the hero that saves a true high from one that's in the streets. Now don't rush or feel blushed if I'm strange. Don't pass me by without a hey. Don't pass me by without a hey. 2, 3, 4.
Wow, what a good show. And
Great
you're back.
show.
You're
I am.
back. Yes.
I am.
This is my mom, and we're going to call her Rita to protect her identity. Is that her real name? I don't know. I do not know. You need to look it up. It could be. Could be her real name. All right, listen, I had something I was going to talk to Juli about today, but I'm going to talk to you about it.
Okay.
Okay? And it's because, you know about this thing, Facebook, you know, we always look things up, and the big thing now on Facebook is the big D, and I don't mean Dallas. The big D. Listen, this is serious. Let me tell you why. And I'm not even going to say the word. It's a tragedy. It's a horrible word.
Divorce.
I didn't think we were going to say the word. Yes, it's horrible.
It is horrible.
It's a tragedy.
It
is. Really is. And let me tell you something. If you're watching and you're experiencing issues and troubles in your marriage, find that person you fell in love with, because they're still in there. Life gets in the way, bills get in the way, children, responsibilities. But if you love that person, if you truly love them, they're still in there. You can find them.
I agree. I agree.
There's a lot of stuff on the internet that you need. The internet is great, right? Because you can look it up, you can make yourself feel better. We don't know if it's true, but it makes you feel better about certain things. And this particular video was phenomenal. But here's the deal. It was a wonderful video because it said, it has this couple at their little kitchen table, and he pushes the papers over, and she said, I will sign it, but you have to agree to hold me every day for a month. Hold me. Hug me, touch me, right? So they would meet, she would meet him in certain places, like where they first met, and hug. Because, you know, people who are struggling, people who have hard times in their marriage, it becomes like a force field between them, right?
Right.
They can't get to one another. And so they hugged. And then they met the next time in the place where they had their first kiss. So all of a sudden you can tell that the ice around him is starting to break.
Right.
And then they meet in like a third place, which also had relevance to their relationship. And on the fourth visit, she handed him the papers. And then he flashed back to when they met the first time, and then he screams, he runs through the crowd. It's like a movie. It's wonderful. And then they reconcile because he realizes, because they had let all that go, they had gone back, reminded themselves of why they fell in love, why they married, and there they are. It's fantastic.
That's awesome.
Is it reality, though? I don't know.
No.
It's not. You know what? She's a cynic. Okay?
Yes,
I think Juli would probably have a little more wiser words for me than It's not reality. Julie, I'm sorry you're not here.
Oh, I am too.
How many
Julie.
times has Julie
I
been
am
married?
too.
I don't know.
How many what?
What? I don't know. Never mind.
What did you say?
You missed it.
What did you say?
I told you here on the Spiel we're like lightning.
Oh,
We go
I know,
fast,
and I'm
okay?
kind of slow, you know.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. You're not slow. You just
I am a little
soak it all
older
in.
than you are.
All right, listen. You haven't seen the show. We've been doing it for 2 years. I know you haven't seen it, but we do the
Of
word of the
course
week.
I've seen it.
The word of the week. Have you seen this?
Yes.
Okay. This week the word is. You know what it is?
No.
I already shared it with you. Remember? Okay. Oh, it's not that one. Actually, it's that one. Okay, we're going to do that one. I'm going to do the first syllable. You ready? Okay.
I see it.
All right, here we go.
Wait.
Okay, I'm going to say the first. You say the last.
Okay.
Accoutrements. Accoutrements. Which is accessories, stuff, accoutrements. Right, Ashley? That's a big word. That's from bigwords.com. Accoutrements, accessories, stuff, things. You really don't need any of that. You just need love. You need family, you need marriage, you need people around you. All right, well, that is the show today. And Julie, listen, we would appreciate it if you didn't call in sick next week, okay? All right. We'll be right back. Or no, we won't. We'll be, what do I need to say? Yeah. We'll be gone tomorrow. Okay, wait. Okay, here I go. You want to close it out?
Joining us.
Why don't you say that? All right, go ahead.
What?
Okay, Julie, how about you not calling in sick next week?
Thank you for joining us at the Spiel. What?
Does she really get that part? Does she get that line? I mean, she's closing the show.
And thank you for joining us at the Spiel.
That's weird. You don't even know the name of the show.
Spiel.
The Spiel.
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 Spiel. Thank you for joining us at the Spiel.
Cut.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I wanted to be a career military man. I had done 9 years and then budget cuts came in. The best place to start over is college.
Really nice people. So far it's been a really good experience.
It's amazing, and it's all because of the teachers. I mean, they're the funniest, most down-to-earth people I've ever met.
I am motivated by students' goals and the outcomes that they desire for themselves. I actually came to Three Rivers and met my husband here.
Success starts at Three Rivers College. Most definitely starts at Three Rivers College.
Chef, and I'd love to cook with you. So join me for some groovy grub that is healthy too. Super fab and delish for the whole family. But don't freak out when you see your kids eat broccoli. Can you dig it? May not be no Rachel Ray, Paula Deen, or Bobby Flay, but I got recipes that rock from chilling and grilling to in a crock pot. My motto is simple, it's grub and groove. I want you to eat, but I want you to move. Life is a dance, sometimes fast, sometimes slow. But get up and move, just get up and go. Say no to diets and deprivation. Say yes to food and celebration. With my meals, your weight will fall. Keep your belly full, but your booty small. We all can't be the true bread runner, but stop, slow down, smell the bread, enjoy dinner. I love chopping, bopping, salad tossing, spicing, dicing, lots of slicing. Spice it high or spice it low, just make it yours, that's how you roll. Garlic, chipotle, EVOO, basil, thyme, oregano, serum, poaching, fry or bake, simmer, saute, marinate, Tex-Mex, Italian, Greek, Chinese, whatever your poison, I aim to please. Veggies, fruit, meat, seafood, a melting pot of all things good. No one likes to be hungry, and on that point we can't agree. We all gotta drink and we all gotta eat, so embrace the variety of food at your feet. Listen up, y'all, here's the real deal. Let's come together over a great meal. Take care of you, it ain't no craze. Healthy ways equals happy days. So kiss the cook, keep a smile on your face. Have table talk and always say grace. Ciao for now.
Watch the Healthy Hippie Chef on The Spiel.
We're trying to make banking as easy and painless as we can.
We have a track record of doing business well beyond the county borders.
And there have been great opportunities, you know, in Jackson County, Williamson County. People with the foresight to take some risk and do some things. We try to have a direct relationship with all our customers.
How's it going?
You know, make them feel at home. We're a hometown bank. That's what we're about.
Celebrating 100 years. Find us at DuQuoinStateBank.com.
These days, video is everywhere. TVs, computers, even your phone. With so many ways to use video to reach your potential audience, it's become an important part of doing business. If you like the commercials you've seen during the Spiel, and if your business could benefit from a creative approach to telling your story, with attention-grabbing visuals and thoughtfully executed scripts, perhaps it's time you give Growing Media a call. We'd love to hear from you.